Jennifer, it's delightful to have you here on My Magical Thing. I know you as a writer and lecturer, and with a person with a particular interest in the hypnagogic and hypnopompic states, the sort of liminal dreaming states. You and I met back in the day about 1 million years ago in the Azora Festival in Hungary, if I remember correctly. Thank you for coming along to share your magical thing. It's most appreciated.
It is my pleasure. I love this whole format.
Please, may we see your magical thing, Jennifer?
You may indeed. This is my magical thing. I will explain to you its provenance and give you a bit more of a show of it. Behind me is this plant, and this plant belonged to my great-grandmother, and then my grandmother, and then my mother. It's now mine. And one day in the liminal space between thought and imagination, the plant asked me to create a series of rituals for her. And so I created this item. It's a feather. This feather comes from a vulture, and I found it on an LSD trip where I was really thinking a lot about death. And it's kind of air element. And then dangling off of it, so this is this little sort of forged item, comes from the home of friends of mine. For many years, we've been gathering every New Year's, sort of my six of my closest friends, to kind of do a roundup year journeying, so they're really the people that hold me, and it's forged, so that one's fire. This is a piece of sea glass. Can you see that? There it is. This is a piece of sea glass that I found on the beach in Mendocino. Once a year, at the end of the year, usually, I try to go to Mendocino and have a kind of like a roundup, what was my year, and I make commitments. And I found this one on the beach during a really life-changing trip that I took to Mendocino, which is really the turning point at which I started writing my book, Liminal Dreaming. So a very important trip. This is a snail shell that I found in Peru, and I had for many years, there was a group of us who were doing rituals in a sort of a traditional Peruvian way, with the shaman and the mesa and the cactus and the whole bit. And this group of people, we did some really deep work together, and then we all went together to Peru at one point. And somebody found this snail shell on the ground. So that's kind of earth element, and this is sort of a water element. So these are my sort of 4 element feather, and this lives here with the plant. And I have one of my most frequently performed rituals is a connection with this plant. So with my matriarchal lineage, where I kind of like do some ritual work and, take the spirit of it, and then I kind of wash it over the plant with this feather. And the feather sort of lives over here with her as my kind of commitment to this very strong alliance that I have. So that is my magical thing.
Jennifer, that's fantastic. That's really, really delightful. That's lovely to have that sort of created magical thing that kind of locks into the family history and the lineage and shows us something about your practice. That's just really, really an honor. Thank you very much for sharing that with us.
Oh, it is my pleasure. And when I made this, it was, I was here for a weekend, and basically it was this whole, crazy couple days of, bubble, toil and trouble, and, and lots of like waving things and, fire and water and, what have you. So yeah, it's a pretty powerful one for me.
That's amazing. Jennifer, thank you so much for sharing your lovely magical thing.
It is my pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, you're very welcome. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.